This is Andrew Sullivan with the Marist Broadcasting Club. I'm joined today by head coach of Holy Innocents, Todd Winter. Coach Winter, what was the process for Holy Innocents to find and schedule Marist for a game this Friday?
Well, it was, it was not our first choice. No, we're excited about playing Marist. No, basically we were supposed to play Madison County this Friday, and they called us on Wednesday and said, hey, we're not going to be able to play due to, COVID-19 concerns, et cetera. And, so I talked to Coach Chadwick, earlier in the week about our JV game on, this Saturday. And, when we were talking, I asked him if he had found anyone, and he said he had not. And so as soon as, Madison County called and told us they were not going to be able to play, I immediately called Coach Chadwick and said, hey, do you want to play? And that's really how it went down. I mean, obviously we're single A private. I mean, we are, we're a ranked team and we've got a nice program going over here, but you guys obviously are 4A and right number one in the state. Not our first choice for a game, but, we'd rather be playing than not playing.
Definitely, and it worked out well for both teams. And your team, you mentioned, had been preparing for Madison County this week, and now all of a sudden you're switching, and now you're playing against Marist. How difficult is it for your team to sort of switch gears and prepare for a new opponent on such short notice?
Well, we actually got very lucky on that. So schematically, Madison County runs the triple option, the same as you guys do there at Marist, but then they also get into a spread gun package, which Madison County does as well. So actually the process and the preparation was what we've been doing all week. Now, obviously the players are much different. Even though Madison County is 4A, they don't have the same players that you guys have over there. That's been probably the biggest adjustments, trying to figure out exactly, hey, who are they going to try and get the ball to, who are they going to run behind? I mean, and those things. So, we've obviously, gathered as much film from last season as we could. And then Coach Chadwick and myself, they traded your inter squad game, and then we traded our first game with Pace. So, that's probably the biggest thing. We got pretty lucky on that one. I would say, they probably are scrambling a little bit more. But they do run triple option, and we do as well. So, but it worked. It was actually, it couldn't have worked out any better in that situation.
Right, and you mentioned that game last week against Pace Academy. You're coming off a 14-7 loss. What is the key this week to kind of get your offense going in this game?
Well, I think first off to recap last week's game. Pace is the fourth ranked team in Double A. Once again, we are single A, okay? And they got some very good football players over there. And we played that game without our starting quarterback. And, we're going to play tonight's game without our starting quarterback. So, probably the biggest thing offensively, we had an opportunity to score twice. One was throttled by penalty, and the other one, we didn't make the right read. For us, it's about us. It's not about who we're playing. We run the triple option. It's us knowing our assignments, us making good reads. We definitely got to get better, but we had our opportunities last week, and I thought our defense played pretty darn good to hold a team like Pace to 14 points. As a matter of fact, we probably, other than two plays, we could have shut them out. We ended up with 232 total offense, and Pace ended up with 237. I thought it was a great first game. There was one turnover in the whole game, and that was by Pace, and there was only 4 penalties in the whole game. So a very clean game considering all of the craziness that we've been dealing with here, with the restrictions and all those things. So very clean game.
Yeah, and definitely a good game to build on and prepare your team in a close game for potential close games with much more importance down the road in 1A playoffs and that sort of thing. And
yeah, I would totally agree. If you look at, I would argue with anybody in single A private right now that they're playing a tougher schedule than us. I mean, Pace, fourth ranked team in double A, Marist, the number one team in 4A. And then next week we got Prince Avenue, who's ranked third in single A private and has the number one quarterback in the country, in the senior class. So we're definitely going to be prepared for some, non-region crossovers in the region.
Definitely. Maybe three of your hardest games in this whole 10-game season to start you off.
I would say definitely the only one that might be, there definitely are the best three. I mean, we do have Wesleyan in our region, who's a very formidable opponent. They don't have the speed or athleticism that Pace has. They're not going to come off the football and play with the physicality that Marist is going to play with. And their quarterback, it's night and day when you look at the quarterback at Prince. So, we definitely should be prepared for the region. We'd love to repeat as region champions.
Right, and I think with your team you have a good chance of doing that. And finally, you're playing Marist tonight for the first time in school history. What excites you most about this game tonight?
I think what excites me the most is playing the game. And when I say playing the game, I mean that we're playing a football game. In the situation that we're currently in, you don't know if you're going to play a game next week. So when you get the opportunity to play a football game, you need to take advantage of it. And I know, I think Coach Chadwick, I'm thinking he probably feels the same way. They didn't have a game one. They didn't have a game two, but we stepped up on that one. So that's number one. I think number two, just to find out a little bit more about our football team. Marist is, they got extremely, big offensive line, right? They got a great B-back, they're going to attack blocks when they're on defense. They're going to get off blocks and they're going to rally to the football. So, how do we handle those things? Pace was a big team, but they weren't as physical as Marist is going to be. So we need to match that physicality. So for me, the thing that I'm looking forward to is, how are we going to perform? Are we going to get a little bit better? Obviously, I don't think there's anybody out there that's sitting here going, oh man, holy innocence, single A private, playing Marist, big 4A, number one team in the state. But we're going to come out, we're going to compete. What I told everybody last week, two things I know about our kids. One, we're going to play for the man to our right and left. We are all about servant leadership. And then number two, we will not surrender. And that's about all I can guarantee. But yeah, we're excited. We would love to play Lovett. They won't play us. So I'm excited that Marist will play us, and we'd like to play Marist, Pace, and Lovett, and then maybe eventually, because we only get 3 games, Westminster, because we're all right around the street from each other, So that's we're excited, and we're going to find out a lot about ourselves tonight, So what's anything else? Any other questions?
I think that's it. I think it's just good that both teams picked this game up. There could have been a chance that neither team was playing this week, and as you said, no games really guaranteed this year. So I think it's good that both teams get to be on the field tonight in action.
I totally agree. I know Denmark and Alatoona just canceled, and then I was talking. I'm from the north, that's why I'm a fast talker. No, I'm just joking. And but my buddies up north told me that there's he goes, at least we found out on Wednesday. He said a lot of the schools up north, the buses are en route to the stadium, for the game, and they get the call that the game's canceled.
Yeah.
So, honestly, right now, let's be, the truth is right now we're playing at 7:30, but between now and 7:30, we might not be playing. That's just the craziness that we're in right now, and I think we're all doing a fantastic job. I've heard of what Marist is doing over there, and I know what we're doing here. I think we're all doing a fantastic job of making sure the kids are healthy and safe and able to play this great game.
Definitely. I think it's good that both teams ended up with this game on the schedule. And Coach, thank you for your time. We're excited about tonight. Sounds like you're excited. Good luck to you and your team tonight.
Thank you so much.